Okay, I'm really trying not to repeat on the Facebook platforms here that people that care about animals might care about animals, but they're also really caught up in the money laundering schemes of our society, which does not allow them to realize that we actually don't always do the best for animals when we actually focus more on the monetary paradigm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this vet here and see if it's really recommended in the books say that I should, you know, offer my cat a deworming product every, 3 months or so. And it's been a little bit less than 3 months, and he's got worms since the last one. So, and he hasn't gone out or anything like that. So I'm just wondering. And a lot of this medicine actually is supposedly quite safe. So I'm not sure why it always needs kind of a prescription from a vet. I've done research into vets when I was in Quebec, and I tell you, it's hard to respect them.
You have reached Pacific Veterinary Hospital. If you are an existing client of ours or new to Prince Rupert and your pet is experiencing a medical emergency and requires immediate veterinary intervention, press 1. For hours of operation, press 2. To speak with a reception
It's
team
about
member,
2:30.
please press 3. Thank you.
We're sorry. The party you are trying to reach is not accepting calls from private numbers. Please hang up, reverse your number privacy, and try again.
So sometimes, and by the way, I'm about to cancel my phone because I'm paying $28 a month, and a lot of the nonsense I get is, again, like here's what I got from what's his name? Is it there or what? It's oh yeah, it's this MP Bacharach, Taylor Bacharach. I don't know how many vlogs I did to say, please remove my phone number. This is Taylor Bacharach, your MP. The election will likely be called any day now. Can I count on your support? Reply 1 for yes, 2 for no, 3 for unsure, and I wrote 2. Thanks for letting me know. Now, if he cared, whoever writes 2, unsure, it's probably 2s. But if they write 2 for sure, I would kind of try to have a chat with that person. It's not like a huge territory, and if you got our number already, you get our, information already, unless it's really set up that you don't know who said 2. But okay, now I have to borrow a phone to call this person because their service didn't allow for me pressing a button to unblock my number. So sometimes that exists, but it wasn't done. So I'll have to go there in person, and hopefully I'll come back with the medicine my cat needs. And I even have in my phone with me is my cousin. She passed away before I did. She's younger than me, and she passed away a few years ago. And there are related things to her lifestyle and family upbringing and culture that I think were mostly to blame, right? And the people she surrounded herself with, who would say she would love as friends, but really were not the best influence in the world if one is to self-actualize and go through the maturation process to become. And of course, like most people that do not become adults, they have children, and it gets worse every generation. So, and you might want to say, oh, look at the draw, the genes, or toxins in the environment, or whatever, or the person's not trying hard enough. My child, no, it's like every generation, a whole bunch of factors get to be worse, and then the children that are born are less able to problem solve, manage their lives, and most certainly will not be receiving the education they need to actually take part in the mitigation that will be required in their generation. So that means, of course, they won't even know things can't be problem solved. I see so many of the best scientists in the world on TED Talk thinking things can be solved when it's too late to solve them. And sometimes their talk proves they kind of understand this. but they can't tell the difference between problem solving and when problem solving is no longer possible, what mitigation really is instead. And that's where the hope is. The hope must be grounded in reality. And when it's even the best scientists that can explain something and and really contradict themselves because this false hope makes them believe false things. Oh yeah, we just need to invent this technology, which will be a new one that will be turned against us and not meant to solve things. Because to solve things, it's less of us, and then less of us stupid, and then less of us disconnected from the reality of the human condition, and less of us disconnected from what should be a worldview that is nature based, ecocentric, that is not our species first, but the biospheres first, because that's where Sapiens tells us we should believe.